For my Christmas tree, I'm going to be using a natural double knit cotton, and I've also got this lovely recycled denim yarn which has got these beautiful little flecks in it. So they are both double knit weight, and I've got some 3.5mm needles because I'd like it to be quite a sort of firm fabric. I'm using circular needles simply because the straight ones tend to tap on the table when I'm videoing, so you can just use straight needles if you'd prefer, because we will just be working backwards and forwards. So I'm going to start with a long tail cast on, but you can do whichever cast on you prefer. For the size that I'm making, I'm going to cast on 41 stitches, so you need to cast on an odd number. So I'm just going to start by wrapping this round to work out where to start my cast on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I just need to do double that length, which is there. Okay, so I'm going to start by casting on 41 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just keep going until you've got the right number of stitches. So for this first row you will need a stitch marker. If you don't have one of those, if you just grab some yarn that's a different colour than the ones that you're using, and we're going to start by knitting 19 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. So just carry on until you've knit 19 stitches. Okay, I've knit my 19 stitches. If you've got a stitch marker, then you can just pop that straight onto the right hand needle. If you haven't, grab your little bit of yarn and just tie it loosely around that right hand needle, and then you can just use that as your little stitch marker. Now I'm just going to pop the proper one on there. So just carry on knitting now until you get to that last stitch. I like to do a slip stitch selvage on my mitred square just to make them easier to sew together, but you don't have to. So if you'd rather, you can just knit that last stitch. But I'm going to bring the yarn between the needles to the front and just slip that last stitch purlwise from the left to the right needle. If you're doing a plain square, you could just carry on knitting at this point, but if you're doing stripes, then now's the time to introduce your other colour. So I'm just going to hold, so here's the tail end, and I'm just going to place that alongside my other yarn and just hold that at the back next to the needles, and then I'm going to take my working yarn in the new colour, and I'm just going to start to knit, keeping hold of the tail end with my finger there at the back. So we're just going to knit that first stitch, and this time we're going to carry on knitting until we are 3 stitches before the stitch marker. I've worked to 3 stitches before my marker, and now we're going to do the 2 stitch decreases, which forms the V shape that you get in your mitred square. So we're going to insert our right needle tip underneath the second stitch as though we're knitting 2 together, so it's going to go up through both of those stitches, but then we're just going to slip that off and over. Then you just need to knit your next stitch, and we're going to pass these 2 slip stitches over the stitch and off the needle. Now you can do those both at the same time, or you can do them individually, and then you just need to gently tighten the stitch just a little bit. Okay, we need to take our stitch marker off because we need to mark the new place for the next decrease, and we're going to knit 1 and put the stitch marker back on, and then just knit to the end, or if you're doing the slip stitch selvage like me, just knit to that last stitch. So I've knit to the last stitch, so I'm going to bring my yarn between the needles to the front, and I'm just going to slip that last stitch purlwise. There we go. So we're ready for step 4 now, which is our wrong side row. So we're just going to knit either all the way to the end, or if you're doing the slip stitch selvage, if you just knit to the very last stitch. When you get to the stitch marker, just simply slip that across. I'm doing the slip stitch selvage, so I've worked to my last stitch. Now this was where we joined our new yarn, so the stitch is a little bit loose. So I'm just going to bring my yarn between the needles to the front, and I'm going to slip this across, and then I'm going to tighten that tail end where we joined the new yarn colour. Now we're ready to change colour again for our step 5. So I'm going to take the yarn that I've just used and hold it to the back out of the way, and then I'm bringing my new yarn that I'm using this time so that it will sit in front of these tails. So we're just going to knit that first stitch so the yarn's coming in front. I'm not going to pull this really tight because otherwise you will pull the edge of the knitting tight where you've changed colour. So I'm just going to try and keep that at a nice level, even position, and carry on knitting until we get to, again, 3 stitches before the marker. Here I am, 3 stitches before my marker. So again we're going to do the double decrease. So we're taking our right needle tip into the front of the second stitch down, and we're going to insert our needle through both of those stitches and just slide them off like that. Then we're knitting our next stitch, and then we're going to pass these 2 stitches back over the knit stitch. Just hold them with your thumb there at the front. Okay, give that a little tighten at the back, pop your marker off, knit 1 stitch and pop your marker back on, and then just either knit to the end or until you get to that last stitch. I've worked to my last stitch, so I'm bringing yarn between the needles to the front and just slipping that last stitch purlwise. So now we're just going to work along the wrong side again. So we're just going to knit and just slip that marker when you reach it, and you can either knit right to the end, or if you're doing the slip stitch border like me, just knit to that last stitch. And we're just going to bring the yarn between the needles to the front and just slip the last stitch purlwise. So we're just going to work those 2 rows all the way up now until you've got 5 stitches left. So you're holding your previous colour to the back and bringing your new yarn up in front. Don't pull this too tight because we don't want this to gather. You're going to knit to 3 stitches before the marker, do your decrease, remove your marker, knit 1, pop the marker back on and just knit to the end, and then just knit all the way back. Remember, if you're doing the selvage, slip stitch selvage, to slip that last stitch of each row with the yarn in front, and I'll catch up with you when you've got 5 stitches left on your needle. This is what your piece should now look like. We're back on the right side. We've got 5 stitches left, 4 and then the marker and then 1 at the side. So we're going to change to our new colour and we're going to knit 1. Then we're doing our decrease, so we're slipping 2, knit the next one and pass those 2 slip stitches over. Oops. Okay, now we can just drop the marker, we don't need that anymore, and we're just going to knit that last stitch. So now we've just got the 3 stitches left. We flip it over onto the wrong side, so we've just got our 3 stitches left. We're just going to do our decrease. So we're going to insert the needle and slip those 2 knitwise, knit the next stitch, and then pass these 2 slip stitches over and off the needle. So that's our completed mitred square. I'm going to just cut the yarn and pull the needle up to extend that loop and pull the end through. So after you've cut this yarn, we're going to cut our main colour here, but first of all we need to measure how long we need this, because we're going to use this end for seaming. So if we measure roughly 4 times the length of our square that way down the diagonal, and then we're going to cut this, and then we can use that end for seaming. Before we seam, you need to just weave in your 2 yarn tails from yarn B. So I've threaded my yarn onto a darning needle, and what we need to do is match up these slip stitch edges. So if we fold it on the diagonal side where the little decreases are, and try and line up the stripes all the way up. Now you'll see that the slip stitches are white on one side and red on the other. So you want to line those up as best you can all the way to the top, and then we're just going to thread the yarn in and out. So we're going to start at this top point and go through, and then we're going to go through our red slip stitch here and the white slip stitch opposite. Then we're going to bring the needle back through the red slip stitch here and the white slip stitch there, and just keep working your way down like this. Don't pull it too tight. So all the way down until you get to this bottom corner here. Just keep checking that your stripes are matching up. So when you finish seaming down this edge, it should look like this. And now we're going to bring this bottom point up to where we've joined here, and we're now just going to sew along this edge. So take a yarn, and then we're just going to sew along under these stitches here. Oops. Just carry on until you've done all the way along here to this corner. Once you've reached the end here, just put your needle and your yarn through to the wrong side, and then you just need to weave in the edge there and cut that off. If your original yarn tail from your cast on is long enough, you can continue now sewing with that. Otherwise, just join some yarn at this point here so that we can sew along this edge. So now we're going to bring these two edges together, and as before, just work across, backwards and forwards through these stitches. Oops, there we go, until you get all the way along to this corner. So once you've sewn to the corner here, you'll just need to weave this yarn tail in, and then when you've done that, you stick it right through to the inside and then out a bit higher up, and just cut that off. Then just pull that so the yarn tail is back inside. And there's our tree.